Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it rained like hell last night. Blew like crazy too. I haven't found any wind damage yet, but that creek was actually down to normal level, and I really don't see much air gap there at the bridge. So far, I don't see any roof missing. That piece of tin is the leftover from the cover on the mineral feeder. Happens to be the one that we had down at the pump site for underneath the pump, so we didn't waste the bank out. Becky put that away, haha. It was over there somewhere, and I think those two fence posts were on top of it. The other piece of tin laying there by the post, that's there for a reason. Freaking gutter. Keeps it from washing out at the post. And right now it's light rain, excuse me, compared to what most of the night was. Yeah, we looked down at the neighbors where there wasn't any water left, and they got more than they normally do for how far the creek is up. That subsurface is full of rotten oats and water, half full by the way. The other one's just there because it can't go anywhere. That one wasn't there. So yeah, there's a fair amount of water out there now. That's about how it was when this was up before. Driveway's pretty well cleaned off. That's all been a mucky mess through here. Had to walk through that every day to water. 38 degrees this morning. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and hook stuff up. That's supposed to be our low for the next week anyway. Well, at least that kind of looks like it hasn't been changed around much. But yeah, those were, I don't know, Becky must have had those right ahead of that other stack of them. Oh, that's the fun thing when it blows so much. Our garbage can and recycle can are both not where they were. Becky had the cooler she had out for the 31st, took it back over yesterday and cleaned it out, and it was setting next to the garbage cans, and it's no longer where it was. I think the garbage cans are behind it now. And that wasn't there. That was actually right there, so the dogs can't catch themselves on that. I don't see any light spots, and I'm going to see if we can just get a closer shot of that one, so you can actually see it. There you go. You can see it's missing the top piece and a little. But by golly, that is still there this morning. I didn't expect to see that. Well, you know my morning. I'm going to feed, make them happy, hook a bunch of water up. Hopefully I won't have to mess with water for a week or so anyway. I figured I better show you this. Yeah, that's the little bit of rain we got yesterday, which wasn't very much. And that's all night. That was emptied the other day, which I still gotta write that down. I'm trying to keep track of that. That was the last half inch that was in there for December. You know, emptied the other day and totally forget to write it down. But I keep remembering, so maybe I'll do that here in a minute. Okay, happened again. Obviously not as bad as last time, because this is not still running through here this morning. Let's see where it has stopped running and has actually dried out quite a bit. Yeah, fun. All I can figure is it's the rodents that have gotten into the freaking drain tile out there, and between that and the fact that the gutter outfit that did the gutters on this building, they should have been shot. Same ones that did the big machine shed. And other outfits said, well, I don't know why they didn't do that in one piece. They didn't need to put a joint in the middle. And the fact that the joint in the middle on the front and the back of the building are both lower than the rest of the gutter. So yeah, it leaks right in front of the service truck. And right behind the service truck, there's a big hole in the ground, and there's tin laying there to keep the water from washing it out. Excuse me, washing it out. But yeah, that's quite a bit that's already evaporated. I didn't look at the humidity today. I just know it's 38 degrees. You can guess the humidity, but obviously it's drier in here because it's drying up. Yay! Oh, number 2 will be unhappy. Her toolbox is flooded. Any of you that haven't seen it, there it is. And yes, that is what that says. So does that one. So does that one. And, oh wait. So does that one. Oh, and anybody that hasn't seen it, if that handle ever disappears, I will definitely be hunting someone down. A friend of mine who lives to the west of us a ways, he watches. Hi, Johnny. He gave me the wrenches for that. He just didn't know that's what they were going to at the time. I think one of those wrenches I had, but the other 2 were from him. And yeah, there's nothing on this side. And that's a wrap she had put on there. I'm just not so happy with it, but you know, it's not mine. Hopefully that'll be out of here tomorrow. Yeah, she starts work Tuesday. So either Tuesday or Wednesday, that should be out of here. Does make a nice table when it's in here, but then I get in trouble for using it. And this is going to just be one long blah, 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 blah video. What the heck, right? Well, as of, what is it, 11 o'clock, all the floats are hooked back up and running. The fitting in here was popped. It looked fine, but both of them were leaking, so I took that apart, let them line back up, put them back together. These 2 I haven't epoxied in yet because they still hold. I don't want to epoxy unless I have to. So those are done. This one, there's no sense in hooking it up at the moment. And hopefully, yeah, that one's epoxy. Hopefully it didn't blow it out. But hey, our low is supposed to be 38 or 37 for the next week. Of course, we've been 38 since, what, 6 o'clock last night. Hasn't gone up yet. We're supposed to be a whole 42 today. Can't wait. Oh, Nelson, guess what came out of the shed today? Had to refill the shop tank again. Cold weather really takes the juice out of it. So, fill it back up, put it in the shed. It might be out tomorrow or the next day, because number 2's toolbox is most likely got to go to her new place of employment. Be nice to have a bunch of projects done and have a little money. That tank wouldn't be in there anymore. It's all made to put a tank underneath the welder up front, and then run a fill tube off to the side so you don't got to climb in back. But this is what we still have for the moment. That'd be nice to get the hitch and everything else on the back of it too. Everything's laying around here to do it. It's just a matter of getting it done. Oh yeah, and the screw compressor that's mounted underneath, it'd be nice if that was all hooked up too, but I gotta find a hydraulic motor that's gonna run the compressor, because I like to leave the hydraulics on the truck, because I'd like to put a set of remotes back here to move equipment with, and you know, we've probably stout enough underneath for that crane, but it would be nice to have a drop leg, at least one underneath the crane, preferably one on each side. Oh yeah, it'd be nice to fix that crane up too. All new brakes, new covers on them. Then it'll work like it's supposed to. But you know, sourcing some of those parts was a pain in the ass before the pandemic. And probably isn't any easier now, I imagine. I forgot to show this earlier. Look at the vehicle that's here today. Yep, number one showed up. Her and Grandma went down and picked up tubs, so he just got back a little bit ago. So we just fed tubs. Put 3 of them in for the cows and put 1 in for the 2-year-olds who are currently crowding around it. They haven't had one at all this year, or this winter. Cows will be all over theirs because they haven't had anything for a couple of weeks. And we're going to warm up now because, staying at 38 degrees and being wet. Didn't rain too much after about daylight today, but it's just over 2.5 inches now since last night. Can you tell? Because that's up like 4 feet from what it was yesterday. And it's nice having number one here. Had a little help to get the calves fed since I got to take hay from a really crappy spot and get it up there. And I said, screw it. It's early, but I'll let them in. I've been out in the rain all freaking day. I'm going to go in. Go in and see if my nose will slow down a little bit. Right after I get the manure hosed off my boots. And these girls are still going after the tub. I just asked them if they're going to leave any for tomorrow. They better. Oh yeah, and thank you, pandemic. Price on a ton of those tubs has gone up $200. So, yeah, what the heck, just money. Spend it whether you got it or not, because you ain't got a choice. We got a choice. We don't need to feed them that, but it's kind of nice to keep them in decent condition, especially coming into calving. So, anyway, that'd be the day. The sun actually poked out earlier, but it's hiding again. Go figure. And they changed the forecast once again. Since this morning, they've dropped the highs and the lows 2 to 5 degrees for the next 3 days. They're about the same for day 4 and 5, but I'm sure that'll change. I'll find out in the morning how much it really changes when either water's froze up or it's not. Oh, I'm going over here to hose my boots off because this one's still turned on and I gotta turn it off just in case. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody.